So yesterday, and I'm doing this because there's 3 people gone and I thought about it. Yesterday we talked about work equals force times distance, or the formula W equals F times D. Now, traditionally when we talk about doing this, when we talk about distance, we'd use the metric system typically. And, oops, almost misspelled that. We use the metric system, and we're talking about force. We're talking about the weight, the mass of an object, and we measure that in what?
Newtons.
Newtons, which is a capital N. We measure that in newtons. And what we end up with is something called joules, which is Joules, or symbolized with a capital J. And we're going to do some stuff with these formulas in a little bit. All right, so keep that in mind. So I'm going to pause it right here. Let's write down the formula for power. All right, so power, then, if we want to measure power, we're measuring work divided by time. Work divided by time. Now, if you looked on the side of your house where your electrical meter is on your house, it will flash numbers. Sometimes they're dials, sometimes they're digital numbers. It depends on the kind of house you have or how old your house is. It'll tell you how much total kilowatt hours have been used in that house. But notice that when we're doing work divided by time, we're doing that in seconds. Those meters will figure that out in hours. And they keep track of it because that's how you get your electrical bill. All right. Anyway, so power equals work divided by time, or power equals
W.
Oh, let's cross that off. You're right. W equals joules divided by seconds. Okay, so you have to use 2 formulas to find out some information.
Can I borrow a pencil, please?
You don't have a pencil?
Well, I do, but it's just...
Now, so taking that information, those 2 formulas, let's figure something out. All right, you ready for it? Okay, so W equals force times distance. Okay? All right, force times distance. How much work would you need to go up a flight of stairs? So let's do some estimation. Let's find out your work first. All right. So let's assume this person that's working. Work equals 500 newtons, and that person's going to go 10 feet. I shouldn't say 10 feet. I should say that in meters. That person is going to go up 10 meters. Okay? How many joules would that be? Tell me.
5,000 joules.
Okay, 5,000 joules. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Work times distance, and we did that in meters. Now 10 meters is roughly
30 feet.
33 feet.
Oh.
Okay, so 3 flights of stairs basically. All right? That's just plain work. All right? But how much power would an elevator need to get that same person up those 3 floors? Okay, remember power equals work divided by time. So how much power? Say that same person gets in the elevator, that 500 Newton person gets in that elevator, and they're going to go up 5 meters in 10 seconds. Oh, sorry, 10 meters in 10 seconds. Well, we already got the amount of joules we need, right? 5,000 divided by
100.
time. 10 seconds. I said 10 seconds, didn't I?
Yeah.
All right.
500.
So we do that in 10 seconds. So power equals 5,000 joules divided by 10 seconds. How many watts are needed to do that?
500 watts. 500 watts.
500 watts.
Yeah.
Right? How do we do that? We did 5,000 divided by 10. What measurement did they give us? They gave us 500 watts. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, so we talked about a whole bunch of stuff yesterday. Yesterday, for those of you that weren't here, yesterday I had one student hold a heavy box. Okay? Was that work? What were our two formulas?
Work equals force times distance.
Okay? And the other one was?
Power equals work divided by time.
Okay? Those are our two formulas. I'm going to give you some information, and I'm going to have you do a little bit of math for homework tonight. Okay? So I'm going to give you numbers 1 and 2 for work. All right? So I'm going to give you a force and a distance. They're going to come in a pair, and you're going to figure out the work. All right? Does that make sense? So the first force is 12 newtons, and your distance is 8 meters. Shouldn't be too hard. All right, the second one then is 173 newtons, distance of, I'll make this one fun, 6,342 meters. Easy one and a harder one, okay? Now, power equals work divided by time, 1 and 2. All right? You guys know decimal numbers, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to question you too much. You know how to divide by multiple things, like 8-digit division. You think you can handle that? Or
Yeah.
3-digit at least?
Yeah.
Can you handle that?
Divide by decimal.
Okay, so you guys would be good on this, right? I just was making sure before I assigned it to you. So your work then for the first one is 616 joules. And your time is 12 seconds. So figure out the watts. And the second one is, how about, let's make this one harder. 7,941 joules, and the time would be
6 seconds.
101 seconds. All right?
Yep.
Think you can handle that? 2 multiplication problems, 2 division problems. You write the first set in terms of joules, and you write the second one in terms of watts. W. Capital J, capital W for your answer, right? Correct? Nod your head yes. All right.